Welcome to KG's booth at EICMA 2024. Jokes aside, I was curious to see the booth, especially since I've worked quite a bit with the GG product. The booth is very nice and they have a great catalog that introduces something new that I think many people are looking forward to. The brand new IO6 is actually quite interesting. It's interesting because I initially expected it to be a non-standard model, not the one that attaches to the handlebars, but I discovered that they've already designed and made functional. I saw it working and we'll look at it together, even the version for BMW. I honestly didn't think they were this advanced. They're actually way ahead. First of all, it's a very different model. It still uses two cameras, which is also very interesting for the BMW version. And it's something that was actually missing. The display is 6 inches, as you can see in this photo. It has a 4G connection. I'm not sure how it works, to be honest. It also has an emergency SOS system that automatically triggers an emergency call in case of an accident. Then it has, let's say, classic camera recording management, a nice 6-inch IPS monitor, but they didn't give me the resolution information. This is a preview, I think, worldwide because I haven't seen it presented anywhere else. So I think they really took advantage of EICMA to make this presentation. Then other interesting things, it has an alarm mechanism. I didn't quite understand how it works. Again, the information is limited, but that's basically it. It comes in two versions, the standard bar mount attachment and two variants, one with a classic ball attachment, which is more or less fixed, and a second version with a quick release in second. Then there's the BMW variant with a proprietary of two cameras. This new version also has a deeply revised interface, which we'll see now. I tried it, and I must say it has changed quite a bit, but it remains very readable and seems to be much fresher. So here we see, well, let's say the first demo where the SOS system is also shown, as well as collision detection and so on. Let's look at all the cameras. This is a static version. Here we see the version with the various attachments. The first one is the one with the BMW attachment. Then we'll also see the camera part. You can see these two cameras, they're actually connected to the BMW model. I made sure of this. I asked for information. We did a test. He even showed me how to detach and reattach them. Honestly, I was skeptical. I didn't think they'd found a way to interface. As you can see, it's different, but we'll see it in more detail. It really has the usual press sensor system. There are two cameras, front and rear. Now let's take a look. I had the technician help me out. You see, it has two cameras And this gives the ability to view, let's say, the primary and secondary and in different positions. Now, ignore the numbers below because it's in demo mode. So it's showing a whole range of information like that. Now, I had some language issues because they only spoke English and we couldn't understand each other on some terms. Anyway, you can see the unique interface in the sense that it's different. Here's a choice of dashboards as well. Again, usually information. We have the lean angle. In this case, since the BMW model is connected, that is, it's detected by the BMW ECU. The same thing can be done on the non-BMW version. We'll see later. It has an internal inclinometer. Here we see the side connector that connects the cameras. So it's true, it does complicate the release a little bit, but it's actually a quick connector, so it's not much of a problem. You see, you just hook it up and then you put the navigator directly on the bike mount. And that, in my opinion, is a great thing. So he's already told me that for now it will still take a while because delivery should start, let's say spring or summer, around June 2025. I'll do everything I can in the meantime to get one in advance if I can get it on the channel. Now let's look at 4 functions briefly and see what it looks like. Here's the standard version. You see it still has the quick release attachment here. So all in all, it's quick to take off as well. So even if you don't have a navigator mount or you don't have a BMW to mount it on, and this is the standard on. The interesting thing they introduced, besides the cameras even on the BMW version, is this mode called Sentinel and Live Preview. It basically allows you to remotely monitor the bike status in case someone touches. And this is interesting. For the interface, as you can see, we have the usual button to activate Android Auto and CarPlay. Camera recording, we should also have that warning feature for what we call blind spot detection. Then we have revised dashboards, but they're more or less complete with everything, just like in version 5. And then we'll look at the configuration, which actually has a lot of features. So it uses a micro SD card up to 256 GB. Here we see it mounted on the dashboard on a handlebar with a TFT screen, just to give you an idea of its size. Compared to the classic version, it actually comes flush with the dashboard, but it's definitely large. So compared to BMW's 6.5 inches, we're pretty much there. Indeed, you can see the visual impact is definitely different from version 5. Here it's being used with Apple CarPlay, so I don't have any information yet on what the Android version will look like, whether the command bar will remain horizontal at the bottom or vertical at the top. Here you can already see it working via the controller without any issues. And what's nice is that it completely covers the navigation bar, which is certainly interesting. Large icons from the tests I've done, it seems the controller works differently. So these improvements might also be brought to the IO5 version. Let's say I was very, very pleased. Because on one hand, again, it seems like a company that actually invests a lot in its products, as they're very well made. You can also see it in the firmware releases. I'm used to BMW's Navigator releasing an update once in a blue moon, if I may say so, without any particular innovations. TG, on the other hand, releases updates regularly and introduces new features. So this is also a guarantee for the future. I think it's definitely an interesting thing, and the booth was very nice. All right, I'd say that's it. I'll keep you updated on any news as soon as I get it. And as usual, I invite you to leave a like on the video. And if you have any questions, write them in the comments below, and we'll try to answer them as usual. And if you feel like giving yourself a gift, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's the only way I have to grow this channel and maybe get a little more visibility. That's all. Thank you, and see you next time.